Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Stop, Drop, and Knit, coming to you from Long Island, New York at 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve, surrounded by all of my WIPs. I've got project bag after project bag and basket full of lingering WIPs that I had every intention of finishing in 2021, but they didn't get done. I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure that we all have so many of these in our own closets or drawers or baskets or bags. And I thought, while everybody else is watching football, that's not interesting to me. Sorry, guys. But yeah, everyone else is watching football. And so I thought I would have a look at my WIPs. And we could take stock of them together and either come up with a plan or a fate. Will they get frogged? Will I finish them in 2022? Let's figure it out. I want to quickly apologize for the light in here. I don't have access to my normal setup, my indoor setup in the basement right now because Christmas kind of has disrupted everything. Plus, we are starting to pack up to move into our own place. So things are just chaotic. So since it is so late at night, I have a couple of lights in my bedroom, and this is just as good as we're gonna get for today's video. So I do apologize about the quality of lighting, but I thought it would still be fun to record before the year ended. Okay, so I thought that we would go from the oldest WIP that I could find and work our way to the most recent. The very first WIP that I could find is a not very well-known pattern by a very well-known designer. This is the Full Circle Cowl by Andrea Mowry. It is a beautiful pattern. I'm about halfway done. I started this before 2021, for sure. Not sure when exactly, but definitely before 2021. So yeah, let's talk about this one. I think already we can see a clear delineation line here in where I switched skeins. Now, this yarn is, I think it's Patton's Classic Worsted. This is actually the very first yarn that I ever naturally dyed, but I dyed it with red cabbage, which I have since learned is very fugitive. What does that mean? That means that the color is really going to fade quite quickly when exposed to sunshine and through washing. But I do have a beautiful purple, and yeah, as with all of the naturally dyed yarns, when you dye the wool in different dye bath extractions, you're going to get different depth of shade. So clearly that delineation line that you can see, I didn't even consider alternating skeins when I started this project. Now, I love the pattern. So I guess it is like a double thick cowl, and I'm about halfway done, so I'm imagining it's gonna, it's gonna be about here, and then the ends, I think, get seamed together. So, I'm not alternating skeins. I've got a skein and a half to go. This is clearly also a different shade of purple. So while the color on my yarn has lasted super well, this yarn would really probably be better suited for something that's going to stay indoors and out of direct sunlight. So I'm kind of torn. What do you guys think I should do? It's also not like, it's not the softest wool, the Pattons. And this is for something that is going to be, like right up against my neck. So I just don't know. I mean, I think I did work on it a little bit in 2021, but yeah, it's been a slow going pattern. The cable pattern is gorgeous. It's very, very pretty. So what do you guys think? I'm really kind of torn whether to just see it through or frog it and maybe cast on this same cowl, which is a really cool pattern, but maybe I should do it in a softer yarn. And then maybe I was thinking use this in a blanket, something that definitely would stay inside and not need to see so much like wash and wear. So I think I really would like to have it in my collection, and I don't really have too many cowls. So yeah, I think it is something that I would like to knit, but I'm just kind of thinking that there's a reason that this project hasn't seen its way through. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so that is WIP number 1. I guess that was really a UFO, isn't it? More, it's not an active WIP, that's kind of a UFO. So, all right. Next up is another cowl by Miss Andrea Mowry. And I honestly, guys, I don't know why I have not finished this one. This is the Shift Cowl. I started this over the pandemic in 2020. Over the summer, I think I started it. I have the 3 original spin cycle colorways. Don't ask me to find the labels right now, but the 3 original colorways. I think it's like the Castle, the Meadows, and Leaf or something. But these are the 3 spin cycle colorways that Andrea used when she designed the Shift Cowl. I really like it. It's fun to knit. I don't know why I haven't gone back to this project. I think this needs to get finished. I will not be frogging this. I know that people knit this one up so quickly, and I just don't know. I just don't know why it has been lingering on my needles, untouched, month after month after month. Will you guys please talk some sense into me into finishing this one? Because it's super cute and I definitely want to have this in my wardrobe. So that is WIP number 2, the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. I just need to finish it. Next on my list of UFOs, last Valentine's Day, I recorded an episode of a lot of Valentine themed knits and colors of yarn and such for my podcast. And I had dug out this sock blank. This is a sock blank that was dyed and hand painted by Jessie over at Yarn Over New York. I don't know her last name. It's super cute. It is the only sock blank that I have ever purchased. So I thought, because it has hearts all over it, that it would be a fun Valentine's cast on. Well, I also, because of the way that this sock blank is, it's meant to knit 2 at a time socks with this particular style of sock blank. You guys, this is what I had cast on for that episode, and I have not picked it back up. I don't really know why I am struggling to try to knit 2 at a time socks. I've never done it before. I don't know why I'm resisting, but clearly I am not motivated to work on these. But I want to, and I want to use this sock blank. I don't want it just like hanging around. It's super cute, but I would like to actually wear this as socks. But this is where they are. They are still here. I've got cuffs. And I don't know that the cuffs are even finished. I was going to do a, I was planning to knit a specific sock pattern from a Two at a Time Socks book that I have in my collection, and the pattern is by Melissa Morgan Oakes, and I thought I would do the Be Mine pattern from that book. I'll insert a picture of it here, just because it seemed very Valentine's Day-ish with the little heart cable. So should I continue to work on these and try to get them done around this year's Valentine's Day? That would give me about 6 weeks. You think I could make some serious progress on these in the next 6 weeks? What do you guys think I should do? So that's WIP number 3. 2 at a Time socks, guys. Are any of you guys 2 at a Time sock knitters? Let me know in the comments below. What is your experience with 2 at a Time socks? Have you done it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I just like my double points. Or I like my, what's it called? Magic loop. For some reason, I don't know why I'm resisting. But that's where we are with 2 at a Time socks, you guys. That's where we are. We are resisting. So let me know, should I overcome and do just one pair of 2 at a Time socks to say that I've done it and then form an opinion? Let me know. All right, so next up on my list, what is this, number 4 now? And I think I did these a little bit out of order because this was something that I cast on also in 2020, so before 2021. I think I cast this on pretty soon after the pandemic started. I bought the yarn in March of 2020. This is a cardigan that I am knitting with this beautiful Ba Sonoma yarn in the colorway Yellow Jacket. So this yarn is gorgeous. I absolutely love it so much. So I cast on a pattern by Joji Locatelli, and it's called All the Lights, and I'm really excited about this pattern. I think I showed you this in episode 3 or something ridiculous, and it was at this same point. So the construction of this cardigan is so cool. There is so much going on in this cardigan, hence it being called All the Lights. It's kind of like she pulled out everything. It's gorgeous. I love this yarn. Let me show you the back of it. That's the back. There's this beautiful braided cable. I mean, it is so much fun. It's not at all a mindless knit, which I think is why it has just been sitting and sitting and sitting. I just connected under the arms. Okay, so that's where we're at with this. Like, I'm not going to try to put my arms through here, but basically we've got shoulders. We have shoulders, you guys, connected in the back. Oh my goodness. I really want to get back to this one. I think that this is a case of Lisa took on way too many test knits and commitment knitting, and that this was something that I cast on just because I wanted to, and then I just let all these other projects with deadlines get in the way of getting back to this one. So this, I think, would be a beautiful cardigan for the spring. I mean, it's called Yellow Jacket. I love the grello, the gray-yellow colorway of this. So I think that I need to continue working on this one and see if we can get it done for the spring. I think if I do like maybe a pattern repeat a week for the next few months, I can probably get it a large part of the way done. What do you guys think? It's such a cool sweater. I really want to have this in my wardrobe. So definitely I'm going to keep going with this one. I need to pull it out and make this an active WIP pretty soon. So that is WIP number 4. All right, so next up on my list is one that I showed you in the video I just recorded, which was everything that I finished in 2021. I had a hoe, which is a half-finished object, and that was a gift that I just knit for my husband, which was the Bernie Mitten. I have been talking about knitting these since Inauguration Day, right? Finally, this month, I got the first one done. And so this is definitely something that will get finished within the next month, I hope, because my husband is an excited, knit-worthy recipient of these, and he wants the second one. He says these are so warm, they fit him perfectly. He is super happy with them. So yeah, so this one is just a hoe that needs another mitten. So this is getting done. That is number 5. All right, number 6 on my list is another sweater that lives in this pandemic project bag by Franklin Habit that I picked up at Fiberspace online last year. This is a big one, guys. So let me dig it out. So this is my Artist's Journey sweater, and this is a test knit that I failed to complete on time, obviously, for Annie Lupton of Boho Chic Fiber Co. I really, really, really love this sweater. I really love the yarn, and I've come a long way along in this. So the entire front portion is finished. And then the back is getting really close. I think I'm up to the short row shaping of the back. Like, let me see. It's actually, this is super close. Yeah. All right, so you see the front here, this pattern right here. I'm halfway through that pattern on the back. So we're talking like not that much more knitting left to get done to finish the back panel and then be able to connect the shoulder seams. But then there's still Sleeve Island. This is so much knitting. So it is such a fun knit. There's a lot going on. It's a slow, time-consuming knit. Not only because of the color work, which is beautiful, but because of this textured stitch pattern. It's a little hard to see the texture because I chose a speckled yarn, but I'm actually super happy about that because I messed it up in several places and nobody is the wiser, except for all you guys who I have told repeatedly on the podcast. Yeah, so I definitely... I would love to finish this sweater this year before sweater weather season is over. I think that it's nice and colorful. It would be really nice to wear this winter. It's just kind of a lot of knitting still with both sleeves to go. So sleeves and a neckband I think we have for this one. But I really like it. It's a great pattern. I think it's going to fit beautifully. And yeah, that is Artist's Journey by Annie Lupton of Boho Chic Fiber Co. And that is WIP number 6. Okay, WIP number 7 is my Spring Thing shawl by Espace Tricot. Guys, I'm really close on this one. So this is not quite a finished object. It needs to be blocked again. And then I can put tassels on it. So I think that I'm not gonna rush into this. It's the Spring Thing shawl after all, but I think for this spring, I would like to do the finishing touches on this shawl and have it as a finished object to wear when you just need a tiny bit of warmth and a little bit of color to get you through those spring months. So yeah, it's super bright, it's super fun. It just, I blocked it once before putting on the border, and it needs to be blocked again. Blocking. But it makes such a difference, and I can definitely see places where the border has like cinched up the knitting. So I think we need to just get that shape going again. All nice. Yeah, like you can see places like over here, it got like scooched up a bit. So this one is going to get finished. It is close, and I really love it, and that'll be fun to have in the spring. So that is number 7. WIP number 8 is another pattern by Andrea Mowry, and this is the Junction sweater. And I have done most of the yoke on this. I have the brioche portion completed, and I have probably another inch to go in the main body pattern of this sweater before splitting for the sleeves. This is a sweater I recently cast on with some Harrisville designs, mill ends, and my hand spun. So these two yarns, this is the Harrisville, and then this is my hand spun. And so I'm so excited to be using my hand spun in an actual sweater project. So this is a sweater that I am loving knitting and would love to try to complete this before the weather gets too warm to wear it. So this will be a pretty active WIP still, but I haven't touched it in a few weeks with everything going on in December with Christmas prep and all of that stuff. So yeah, this I am eager to return to very soon. So that is WIP number 8, is my Junction sweater by Andrea Mowry. And I just realized WIP number 9, I forgot to bring upstairs. So let me go get it. Okay, and WIP number 9, you all know that this is coming. I was trying to get this done before the new year, but didn't quite make it, and that is Shawlography. Here she is. Oh my goodness. She is getting closer and closer. I have been putting in a lot of hours this week on this border. I love the border. Oh my goodness. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Not gonna get done in the next hour and a half though. But that's all that we've got left to do, is that much of the border. So we're getting so close. But yeah, there's still a few hours of knitting to go, probably a few more nights of plugging away at this one before it will officially be off of my needles. So this could, Shawlography could very well be my first finished object of the new year of 2022. We shall see. But yeah, this thing has been so fun to knit. It'll be so fun to wear, so I am really looking forward to getting this off the needles. That's all that there is. We're getting there, so close. All right, so Shawlography is WIP number 9. WIP number 11 is the Modernist Cardi by Renee Callahan of East London Knits. This is my latest brand ambassador project. I'm a brand ambassador for Wonderland Yarns, and I have selected this beautiful color burst yarn in color number 19, Splashing Through Puddles. So this is what I chose for this sweater. And here is what it looks like caked up. It is gorgeous. My favorite shade of purple and teal. Kind of a theme going with Shawlography. And then this one. I've got the left shoulder panel completed. So I have to still cast on for the other front panel on the right side. And then do the back and sleeves. there's a bit of knitting to still go. This is a very lightweight fingering yarn, so this is going to be the perfect little spring cardigan, which will be perfect splashing through puddles actually in the springtime. So I am just loving how this is knitting up, and oh, this yarn is so gorgeous. It is so fun. So yeah, this is WIP number 10. 10? Yeah, WIP number 10 is my Modernist cardie. So yeah, one panel down, another front panel, a back, sleeves. There's a ways to go, but this is definitely going to be completed within the next couple of months. Okay, we've just got 2 knitting WIPs to go. So the first, I showed this in my finished objects video. This is my Noctuidae sweater, which is a test knit sweater that I did for Catherine Clark of Brooklyn General. This thing is a beast. The knitting has been done for coming up a full year, maybe 11 months now. The thing that is not done is the hem. So this is technically a UFO, an unfinished object. It's like, it's finished, but it's not. I can't wear it, so I guess it's a UFO. So basically what I have to do with this one is, there was this really cool duplicate stitch messaging to do on the inside of the hem. And I really should just knock this out, but I think I'm a little intimidated because I've never done duplicate stitch. And because I'm intimidated about it, it has been sitting on my couch for 11 months. I mean, I put so much work into this sweater that I just have to like knock it out and finish this thing, right? So will you guys please convince me that duplicate stitch is not a big deal and that I should just sit and do it and get it done so that this can be an actual FO, please? So that's number 11 is Noctuidae sweater. We're close, but I mean, I can't wear it without the hem being done. So it's kind of a shame that I did all of this amazing knitting. This thing is like upside down now. I did all of this amazing knitting on this ginormous sweater, and I don't wear it because of the hem. So I need to get that sorted out, and I need to just get that done, I think, within the next few weeks, because it's about to get really cold, and this is the warmest sweater of everything that I've knit. So it would be nice to wear this when it's freezing cold outside. So that's number 11. One more knitting WIP coming up. So my final knitting WIP, lingering into 2022, has not been lingering for long because about a week before Christmas, I cast on a new pair of socks. Finally, I decided I hadn't knit enough socks in 2021, and so I wanted to get going right away. I had received this beautiful sock yarn, I think the October colorway. I think this was October's colorway, or maybe it was November's, but it's called Burning Leaves, and it's gorgeous yarn. This is one of my sock subscriptions from Julia at Knitterly Things. And I went through the color sequence just one time so far, so I've got a little bit of the leg done, and it's so pretty. I'm really loving this. So I'm excited to add these socks into my sock collection. And so I just wanted to show you, I haven't gotten to use it yet, but this is the mini that came along with it. So I will be using this for the heels and toes. And that is my very last knitting WIP. So I've got 12 knitting WIPs, and I do have a few spinning WIPs as well. So we're going to move on to spinning WIPs. So this is actually pretty embarrassing. This first spinning WIP is really a spinning UFO. last year for Christmas, I received a Lazy Kate because on my Eel Wheel Nano, I had spun all of these beautiful singles. I think I've got 5 bobbins full all together, and I cannot show them all. There we go. I've got 5 beautiful bobbins of lovely blue singles, and they just need to be plied together. Do you think I have touched either my eel wheel or played with my Lazy Kate yet? And it's been more than a year now. Super embarrassing. But look at these. This just needs to be plied together and turned into a yarn. And it's not going to happen anytime soon because we are going to be moving. So we are starting to pack up all of our stuff and put it in storage while we look for a place to move into. So this is one UFO that is going to have to sit a bit longer. But it's kind of embarrassing. Do you guys have any spinning UFOs like that? That like you've got something partially done and it's just needing a little bit more and it's been a long time? Let me know. So that's the first one. That's the only embarrassing one. I did a lot of spinning on my drop spindles in 2021, and so that is something that I am very proud of. And I have one that is well further along than this. This is actually my second bump. I am using the total wrong, inappropriate spindle weight for this beautiful fiber. Let me get the label out. Okay, so this fiber is by SweetGeorgia, and it is an alpaca merino silk blend. And I am just having the toughest time spinning it up on this Louet spindle because it's just the wrong spindle for the job. I need a much lighter weight spindle. So my plan is that I did one of the 4 bumps. I had separated the braid of fiber into 4 bumps. I've got one as a singles. I'm going to see this one through. I'm going to torture myself with it until this is done. And then I'm going to switch. Where's my other spindle? I'll probably use, where is it? Here it is. I'll probably try my light spindle and see if that does the job better. So, quite a change from this big heavy one, but the alpaca just it doesn't like this spindle. So this is a spinning UFO, but it's a whip. I just haven't worked on it in the month of December. So that's where this one is. It was these beautiful bump of fiber here. Okay, and then my third and final spinning whip is this gorgeous fiber by Frabjous Fibers in the limited edition colorway Sweater Weather. This is an organic Polworth and silk mix. It is gorgeous. And I am still on the first of 4 bumps. I split it into 4 equal bumps. And yeah, I just haven't touched it in December. It's like once it got too cold to sit outside comfortably, I just stopped spinning. So I need to come up with an indoor spinning solution so that I start picking these up more frequently. And then when I get settled into a new place, I really want to dig out the eel wheel again and get that going, because I have accumulated quite an amazing fiber stash by being subscribed to the Paradise Fiber Club, and that was a gift from my husband last Christmas. I love it so much that we're continuing it into this year, so I'm still going to be receiving gorgeous fiber every month, and I have a little bit of a stash on my own, so I really need to up my spinning game still. So, but in the meantime, because I don't want to wait until the spring to start spinning again, so I just need to put these somewhere more accessible so that I see it and just pick it up for a little bit every day. So that's all I've got for WIPs and UFOs, and I think that most of the projects are well on their way, and I really only have one or two that are not going to survive, I think, into 2022. I think most are going to see their way to finished objects in this new year. So I think altogether I've got 12 knitting WIPs and 3 spinning WIPs. So that's not too bad. 15, I mean, it sounds a lot when you say 15, but they're all in various stages of soon to be finished-ness. Some are well on their way to being finished, and others haven't been touched in quite a while and might never see the light of day again. But I think most will. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see all of these WIPs turn into finished objects in 2022. Thanks for watching, you guys. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.